On Wednesday, 12 March 2025, voters will head to the polls to cast their vote in 29 of the 31 electoral divisions. Note that there will be no contested elections for the Pickstock and Fort George electoral divisions, as only one candidate for each of those two divisions were nominated on nomination day. Here are some vital information every voter needs to know. Employers must allow time for employees to vote. It is an offense for such a violation. Section 29 of the Representation of the People Act requires employers to grant reasonable time off to allow employees to cast their votes between the hours of 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Election Day, Wednesday, 12 March 2025. 1. Every employer shall, on polling day, allow every voter in his employ a reasonable time during the prescribed period for voting, and no employer shall make any deduction from the pay or other remuneration of any such voter or impose upon or exact from him any penalty by reason of his absence during such period. 2. Any employer who, directly or indirectly, refuses to grant, or by intimidation, undue influence, or in any other way interferes with the granting of reasonable time to any voter in his employ during the prescribed period of voting, as in the section provided, shall in summary conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding $2,000 or to imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 year. Voting by proxy. Section 19 of the Representation of the People Act state that any elector who is unable to cast his vote at the polling station in the polling area in which his name appears on the register of electors is eligible to appoint someone to vote by proxy. Only the following persons can appoint proxies. A. Persons employed outside Belize in any Belizean embassy, high commission, diplomatic mission, or consulate, including their spouses and dependents. B. Members of the Belize Defense Force. C. Members of the police department assigned for duty in some other polling area. D. Persons acting as election officers in some other polling station. E. Persons employed in transporting or in any other manner assisting an election officer in some other polling station. F. Members of the Coast Guard. A person shall not be entitled to have more than one person at a time appointed as proxy to vote for him at the election. Voter lookup. Are you a registered elector and wondering where you should go and vote? On the Elections and Boundaries Department website, elections.gov.bz, an elector can access the voter lookup by entering his or her name and date of birth to find the name of his or her polling station to cast his or her vote. A message brought to you by the Election and Boundaries Department.